What if I told you that there is an ancient ritual that not only has the power to free your mind from pain and anger, but can also transform those who have wronged you? A powerful practice, rooted in Buddhist teachings, that uses a simple ingredient from everyday life, black pepper. While it may sound surprising, this ritual is based on deep principles of inner transformation, releasing resentment and creating peace from the heart. Through a simple yet intentional act, you can balance the energies around you and alter the course of your relationships, even leading your enemy to ask for forgiveness. Do you dare to discover how the simplicity of a grain of pepper can change your reality and allow you to heal in ways you never imagined? Get ready to immerse yourself in an ancient practice that will guide you through emotional release and the power of conscious action. This ritual could be the key to healing old wounds and bringing the peace you long for. I need you to do something. If this video makes sense to you, if you know what it's like to go through this, hit the like button right now, not just for yourself, but for everyone who needs this release. Your friends, your family, people who may be suffering in silence. Every like helps this knowledge reach farther, and believe me, someone you may never imagine could need to hear this today. So now that you've liked it, great. Pay attention. What I'm about to tell you is not a cheap trick. This ritual has existed for centuries. It was discovered by ancient civilizations and used by people who understood something that most ignore: the power of our intention. It's not just about blocking negative energies, it transforms them. If performed correctly, it makes the person who hurt you feel what you felt, not as revenge, but as learning, as if the universe itself is demanding justice. And the best part is, you don't need anything complicated, just something you probably already have at home: black pepper. Yes, a simple grain of black pepper can hold a power that most people underestimate, but don't be fooled. This isn't just superstition. If used in the right way, this tiny element can become a key to cutting the ties of pain, to reversing energies, to restoring balance. Now that you know, do you really want to keep carrying this weight? Or do you want to learn to let it go? If so, stay with me, because in a few minutes I'll teach you, step by step, how to perform this ritual. But before we begin, let me ask you something. What if starting today that person began to feel what you've been feeling? What if everything changed? What if your energy was finally cleared? Well, you're about to find out. Now that you know there's a ritual capable of transforming this energy, perhaps you have a question in your mind. Why black pepper? What's so special about it? The answer lies in its origin. Black pepper has always been considered one of the most powerful ingredients for cleansing and protection. Ancient people used it in rituals to ward off negative influences and cut energies that trap the soul. But the most interesting part is that it doesn't just protect, it also returns. Pepper has an active dynamic energy. It acts like a mirror, reflecting whatever has been sent against you. And that's exactly why cultures have used it in rituals of justice. But it's not enough to just grab a handful of pepper and scatter it. The secret is in the intention, in how you manipulate that energy. And that's exactly what I'm going to teach you now. But before I reveal the step-by-step process, there's something very important you must understand. This ritual is not a game. Once you start it, changes will begin to happen quickly. Are you prepared for that? Because when this energy starts moving, there's no turning back. If your answer is yes, then stay with me, because what's coming next can change everything. Before I teach you the ritual, let me tell you a story. Laura was an ordinary woman. She worked, took care of her home, and tried to lead a normal life. But there was something consuming her inside, a betrayal. Someone she trusted deeply turned their back on her at the worst moment of her life. And even though a lot of time had passed, she couldn't forget it. She tried to move on, but resentment was always there. Then one day she heard about this ritual. At first she doubted. How could something so simple change something so deep? But she decided to try. She took 7 grains of black pepper, followed the ritual to the letter, and at the final moment when she released her intention, she felt something different. A lightness, as if something invisible had been ripped from her insides. Days passed, and then something unexpected happened. The person who had hurt her reappeared, not to hurt her again, but to apologize. And the most surprising part, that person didn't even know about the ritual. But somehow the universe had taken care of delivering justice. For some, this might seem like a simple coincidence, but those who understand how energy works know that there is no such thing as coincidence. Now tell me, do you want to keep living with this weight inside you, or do you want to finally release this energy and see what happens? If your answer is yes, then pay close attention because I'm about to explain exactly what you need to do. But before starting the ritual, there's something you must understand. This is not a game. When you move energy, you alter the flow around you, and that means the consequences will come, for both the person who hurt you and for you. If your intention is revenge, anger, or the desire to hurt, the ritual could turn against you. But if your intention is liberation, balance, and justice, then it will become a powerful tool to restore your peace. The energy you send into the world is the energy that returns to you. That's why, before doing anything, take a deep breath and feel in your heart what you truly desire. If what you seek is justice and relief, then you're ready. Now let's go step by step through this ritual. You will need 3 things: 7 grains of black pepper, a glass of pure water, and a quiet place where no one will interrupt you. Step 1. Choosing the moment. The best time to perform this ritual is at night, preferably after 9 p.m. This is a time when the mind is more receptive and the surrounding energies are calmer. Step 2. Blessing the pepper. Take the 7 grains of black pepper and hold them in the palm of your hand. Close your eyes and breathe deeply. Now visualize the person who hurt you. See their face. Feel the energy of that connection. Then say mentally, I release this pain. I return what is not mine. May the truth be restored. Repeat this phrase 7 times, once for each grain of pepper. Step 3. Activating the water. Take the glass of pure water and place the 7 grains of pepper inside it. As you do this, imagine that all the negative energy that was inside you is absorbed by the water. Visualize the anger, the resentment, the sadness, all coming out of you and dissolving into the glass. Step 4. The final release. And now comes the most important part. Take the glass and go to a place where you can pour the water onto the earth. It can be a garden, a plant pot, or any spot in nature. If you can't do this right away, leave the glass next to your bed and discard the water the next morning. When you pour the water, say the following: just as this water returns to the earth, all negative energy dissolves. What is mine returns to me. What is not mine, I return to the universe. And that's it. From this moment on, the energy begins to move. The person who hurt you will feel that change. And sooner or later, one way or another, they will know that their actions had consequences. But most importantly, you will finally feel the lightness that comes with release. And now, do you want to know what happens after you perform this ritual? Once the ritual is done, something begins to happen. You might not notice it immediately, but little by little, small changes start to appear. At first, you may feel an unexpected sense of lightness, as if an invisible weight has been lifted from you. Some people claim that within the first 24 hours they have dreams. Sometimes the very person who caused the pain appears in these dreams, showing remorse, trying to talk or get closer. Other times that person feels an uncontrollable urge to seek you out in real life. It might be an unexpected message, an attempt to make contact, or even an apology that comes out of nowhere. And for those who have carried deep resentment, there's something even more interesting. The world around them seems to respond differently. Situations that once seemed stagnant begin to move. People who once ignored their presence start noticing them in a different way. The emotional weight that blocked their energy starts dissipating. But why does this happen? Because when you release energy within you, it needs to go somewhere. And when that energy has a clear destination, the person who hurt you is inevitably impacted. Now imagine the following. That person suddenly starts reliving what they put you through. It might happen through a similar problem to what they caused, or through a deep internal unease, a sense of discomfort that doesn't allow them to be at peace, or even through a sudden impulse to correct their mistake and seek reconciliation. This has happened with many people who have followed this ritual, and it might be happening with yours right now. But what if you wanted to amplify these effects? What if there was a way to speed up this process and ensure that the change happens more quickly? If you want to know how to do it, stay with me. How to further amplify the effect of the ritual. Now that the energy is already in motion, there is a way to intensify this process even more. The black pepper ritual is powerful on its own, but when combined with a few additional elements, its effects can multiply. First element, the white candle. The candle symbolizes clarity, truth, and purification. If you wish to accelerate the results, light a white candle the day after performing the ritual and concentrate on the same intention, liberation, balance, and justice. While the candle burns, repeat the following affirmation. I release what harms me, what is mine returns to me, what doesn't belong to me dissolves in the universe. This reinforces the cleansing process and gives even more power to your intention. Second element, repeating the ritual for 7 days. If you feel that the energy is still too intense, repeat the ritual every night for a week. Each repetition strengthens the break in emotional ties and makes the energetic response even stronger. Third element, the power of words. Take the name of the person who hurt you along with the word learning. Write it down and place it under a glass of water with the 7 black pepper grains. Leave it there overnight and in the morning dispose of the water. This small gesture symbolizes the transfer of energy and accelerates the process. Now I want you to reflect on this. If this ritual has made sense to you so far, imagine how many more people could benefit if they had access to this knowledge. How many people could free themselves from the weight they carry inside? That's why, if you haven't already, like this video and share it with someone who needs to hear this. And if you want to see a real example of how this ritual changed someone's life, stay with me, because now I'm going to tell you a story that will surprise you. Laura never believed in such things. She was skeptical, the type of person who thought certain problems could only be resolved with time or distance. But time passed, and the pain was still there. She had been betrayed in a way she couldn't overcome. The worst part wasn't the betrayal itself, but the indifference. The person she loved most moved on as if nothing had happened, while she was left carrying the weight alone. She tried to move on, but that knot in her chest never disappeared. Then one day, by chance, she came across this ritual. At first it seemed silly to her. How could some simple grains of pepper change something so deep? But that night, something inside her whispered, "Why not try it?" She took the 7 grains of pepper, prepared the water, and followed each step of the ritual. When she finished, she felt a shiver run through her body. That night, Laura dreamed of the person who had hurt her. In the dream, that person was desperate, trying to say something, but their voice wouldn't come out. The next day, something even stranger happened. That person who hadn't spoken to her in months sent her an unexpected message. "Laura, I don't know why, but I feel like I need to ask for your forgiveness." At that moment, Laura knew something had changed. The ritual wasn't just a symbol, it moved real energies. And beyond seeing that person regretful, she finally felt what she had been seeking for so long: lightness. The weight disappeared, the energy around her changed, and for the first time in a long while, she was able to sleep without painful memories invading her mind. Now tell me, if this happened to Laura, why couldn't it happen to you? If you followed through with the right intention, the process has already begun. But if you want to take it to another level, there's something else you can do. Let me show you some complementary techniques that can strengthen this change in your life. How to amplify the effects of the ritual. Now that you've performed the ritual, there are some simple yet extremely powerful techniques that can help intensify its effects. These practices will allow you to keep the energy around you clean and balanced, preventing the past from affecting you again. First technique, harnessing the power of protective crystals. Certain crystals can help you transform and stabilize your energy. Amethyst, for instance, is one of the most powerful stones for energy transmutation. If you feel any lingering resentment or anxiety, keep an amethyst close by, either near your bed or worn as jewelry. It will work to transform any negative energy into a sense of calm and clarity. Clear quartz, on the other hand, acts as an energetic reset. It purifies your environment and strengthens your intention of liberation. To enhance its effect, hold the crystal in your hand while mentally repeating, "I am free, I am at peace." Second technique, the Gratitude and Liberation Journal. What is this about? For the next 7 days, make it a habit to write down 2 things each night before bed. Something you're grateful for that day, and something you choose to let go. For example, I am grateful for the peace I experienced today, or I release any trace of pain that lingers within me. This small yet powerful practice reinforces your energy shift and helps prevent you from falling back into negative thought cycles. Third technique, herbal cleansing bath. One day after performing the ritual, prepare a cleansing bath using rosemary for purification and mental clarity, basil for spiritual protection, and laurel to cut negative energies. Boil water, add the herbs, and let them steep for a few minutes. Once ready, pour this infused water over your body from the neck down, visualizing everything that no longer serves you leaving your body. And if you're truly ready to take things to the next level, there's one final secret that very few know. A method to create an energetic shield that ensures the change you're experiencing becomes permanent. That's exactly what I'll discuss in the next section. By this point, something has already shifted within you. You may not have noticed it yet, but the energy around you is already different. You've released a burden you've been carrying for far too long. You've taken a vital step in transforming your pain into something you can finally leave behind. And now you have 2 options. You can continue forward, feeling that sense of lightness growing with each passing day, or you can feed the same negative thoughts and resentment, allowing everything to build up once more. One thing is certain, the process has already begun. To ensure it continues, I want to invite you to take action. If this ritual has resonated with you, leave a comment below saying, "I release and move forward in peace." This simple gesture will strengthen your intention while helping others who are on a similar path. Even more, share this video with someone who needs to hear this message. You'd be amazed at how many people are carrying unnecessary pain simply because they haven't had access to this kind of knowledge. If every person who watches this video shares it with just one other person, we can create a genuine wave of liberation. If you want to learn more about energy and life, subscribe and turn on notifications to join a community of people who are committed to their true liberation. You are now part of this. So before you leave, hit that subscribe button and activate notifications so you don't miss out on the upcoming videos. This ritual is just the beginning. Now let me ask you, are you ready for what comes next until we meet again, dear friends?